So I don't have kids, right? It's just me and my wife. And
An amazing truck, by the way. You must have a nice wife to let him have this amazing truck.
I have an amazing wife. I have an amazing wife. It's
her truck.
I'm questioning this COVID impact on if she wants me to still stay around. I mean, just like you and the kids, it's nice to have that time.
A lot of in-home time.
Oh, I'm telling you.
She's starting to question your playlist with Netflix. Like, oh, when are we gonna watch this?
Exactly.
I didn't know this about you.
Get to know Wichita's Mayor, Brandon Whipple, on this exciting episode of Cruising with Kirk as we talk about this incredibly awesome city we call home. Hey guys, Kirk Short here with the Wichita home team at Keller Williams Signature Partners. And this episode of Cruising with Kirk is actually going to be Cruising with the Mayor.
Hi everyone.
Mayor Whipple here. And so we're just going to go have a little fun, have a little conversation. I appreciate you
taking
Kirk, this time. And
he has a lot of cameras, pretty sophisticated setup for those watching at home. This is going to be fun.
I hope you can deal with social media. I know you don't do a lot of social media. Wait a minute. You do a lot of social media.
Gotta go where the people are.
It was going to be a clear day, but looks like the clouds have sat there and rolled in, but the rain's not here. So I think this will be a little enjoyable. So how is life?
My kids are like a day or two done with school, and we're gonna likely get the house back, which would be amazing. Like, it's amazing what 3 little kids can do to your house. So I have like a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, no, he's now 6-year-old, and a 7-year-old, and they've been home all year because of COVID. And my wife took, just like many people, had to cut her hours in half and work from home. And I don't know what those guys do, but for some reason the guest room that AJ used as a classroom now needs to be repainted. Like, just everything's a mess. But yeah, so we're all done. We're gonna get back to summer stuff, and zoo. They went to the dinosaur park. So that's life right now, is just trying to get back to normal. Yeah, try to get out of our seclusion that I think a lot of us kind of fall into, where, oh, well, maybe we'll just stay in tonight. And then you go out and, my wife and I are vaccinated, so we can go out and, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about how much fun this is. like, oh, hon, I forgot about how fun it is to be out with you without the kids. Like, this is amazing. We should do this more.
Through COVID, we've actually gone RVing twice now, out to a couple different state parks. I now officially have chickens.
Like in your yard?
Like in my property. Never thought I would have that.
I'm not sure how illegal that is, Kirk. I'm not sure if I need to report
some
of that.
That's in my other property. Oh, sure, you didn't hear that.
Okay. All right,
Now we've got built, raised gardens, did a lot of things that I otherwise would not do, and
So she kept you alive, it sounds like.
She did.
It sounds like you were, the pandemic, gotta stay in. I guess this is going to be a time of just not doing well, living off of whatever I got in the pantry, and she went out and actually raised chickens, grew food.
She's turning me into a man.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
Wrestling meat product for
exactly. No, it's been an exciting.
I grew grass, so that was what I did, like front lawn.
Okay, God.
I didn't grow much food, but I did my grass. So
I thought this was like Denver grass or now Oklahoma grass. We're just talking about actual grass.
Yeah, no, I'm the type who slows down to look at people's lawns, where oh man, that's really nice. I wonder.
You have a golf course?
No, I don't. I don't golf. I'm terrible at golfing.
No, you have a golf course yard.
Almost.
Right?
It's not there.
It's real nice.
It's getting there. Yeah, and then the kids mess. We got a dog too.
Oh.
That was rough, on the grass.
So, tell me about you. There's a lot of people watching this, and There better be a lot of people watching this. Anyways.
A lot of people write comments. I'm usually the guy that people write comments about.
So tell it, what don't we know about you? I mean, who is Brandon Whipple, not just Mayor Whipple? I mean, I know you do martial arts, right?
I grew up doing martial arts, yeah.
Like since how young?
So I started in 2nd grade, and then we couldn't afford lessons, and I wound up getting back into it probably in 7th grade.
Yeah.
And it was Taekwondo.
Yeah.
And it really, to be honest, kind of saved my life. I was a really kind of troubled kid, and the one variable between myself and the people I hung out with was, well, I had a place to go at 3 o'clock in the afternoon to go work out, and I had some friends there, and we started competing. So instead of after school doing other stuff to stay occupied, we trained, and then we'd go to, state, regional, the national championships, and it was my sport. My mom thought it was cute when I was a kid, and then when you're like a 17-year-old fighting in like a full contact national competition, like 2-minute rounds with like the best fighters in the country, mom thought it was a little less cute.
A little more worried.
A little more. She would sneak out of the stadium that we were fighting, and I could see her like looking through the windows at times. And so yeah, I actually did that, and I medaled at the national championships, I think like 2008 to 2002. Every one of those years was the Junior Olympics, and I was an alternate on the U.S. team at one point, and then I hurt my foot. Because kicking things with your foot winds up eventually. And so I hurt my foot, and I wound up taking a year off, and that's what got me out to Kansas.
Right.
Was I did a year with AmeriCorps to work with at-risk kids, because I felt I was one, and some structure and the right people in my life changed that along my sport. I thought having a year to kind of, I guess, pay back, and came out to Wichita, did that for a year. Wound up staying, and now I don't really do Taekwondo anymore. I do a little bit, but I'm really too old. You have to have like a lot of.
You do like Tai Chi or something now, don't you?
No, I do Hapkido.
Hapkido.
Hapkido. It's like a cousin of Taekwondo, but instead of being so focused on pretty much movement and strikes, it's more of a cousin of like older jiu-jitsu.
Okay. More flow and stuff like that.
Yeah, joint locks type stuff. The type of holds that cops use, a lot of that kind of comes from where it's non-lethal. It's like you would hold someone's wrist to help escort them out if they're
pressure
drinking,
points and
that type of stuff.
Okay.
And so I actually train at a MMA, kickboxing, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school when I can over at Valor.
Nice.
That's always fun. Shameless plug. And I was there last week. I was doing kickboxing earlier this week, and I was talking to one of the owners, and she's like, "Well, welcome back." And I said, "Yeah, I was thinking," because they call me a mayor now over there, which is weird because I've been here for years. But I was like, I was thinking, there might be a marketing plug here. Like, hey, you ever thought about punching the mayor? Join Valor, signed a 3-year contract, and pay to be a member here.
That's
and then
right.
on Mondays, you have a chance to punch the mayor.
You want to grab the mayor's ear for a moment?
Right?
Yeah. Hey,
I thought about trying to rip the mayor's shoulder out.
Oh my God! No, that's priceless.
Yeah, no, and I have to figure out a good way to kind of pass this on to my kids, because you learn so much from martial arts. Where like that goal setting, learn how to lose. Yeah, it's a humbling experience.
Yeah.
You really learn that you learn more when you lose, right? Like the fights I've lost are the ones you look back on, like what could I have done different? What did they do that was better than what I was doing? And how can I fix the, kind of copy the perfection of their technique? So I now absorb and are able to use that in my arsenal. So that was very interesting, kind of growing up and having that sport as an alternative sport to team sports.
Right. So kids, you got kids. How many do you have?
Kids.
Boys, girls?
They're all boys.
Really?
I got 3 boys. Julian's the youngest. He is 3.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan is the middle, and he just turned 6. AJ's about to be 8. His name is Adrian. He's about to be 8. He's my first grader. They're kind of like you ever see the movie like The Perfect Storm?
Yeah.
Where like different storms kind of merged in and created the perfect storm and went and caused all this terribleness. Like they're kind of like that. Like they little tornadoes that add to each other, and then they wind up becoming a big wrecking ball. Yeah. So they got through this, I think, really well because they had each other to kind of play with. I feel bad for my wife. She has the youngest one, just clings to her, and she's like, Julian's my best friend. And like, well, gotta, he's just hang on her back and absolutely.
He was loving
guy.
it.
Yeah, he was. And she's just kind of accepted, yep, Julian's my best friend. I don't talk to adults anymore because I'm at home.
That ball field is amazing, though, isn't it?
It is.
It's awesome for Wichita.
And there's a few things going on here where I think that sometimes Wichita, we fall into this idea of we don't deserve nice things.
Yeah.
And it's this, there was almost a mindset that we get promised nice things and people don't deliver.
Yeah.
Particularly the government, particularly the city, right?
Right.
Where, we promised this, but then we wind up, I think, in the past taking more than we're putting back.
Yeah.
And the ballpark is a world-class facility. I think it really exceeds expectations.
Yeah.
And more importantly, it might actually kind of build, I guess, that perspective that, well, what's next, right? Like, what else can we do?
What is next?
Good question. It adds this idea of, we can do really big, cool stuff. Yeah. And I think that that is the success of the ballpark. And so far, it looks successful. It seems like it's going to do really well. It is going to also be measured not just by the experiences that people have there, but also the Delano district around there.
Right.
The shops, the bars, the restaurants, being able to connect that with the Q line to bring people back and forth from that area. We're going to see economic like a ripple effect of economic opportunity, and I think that that is
look what it's already driven down there. Just the announcement of having the ball field. I mean, I feel that that's the big reason why we've seen the additional apartments and businesses that have gone up down there, because people want to be around good things happening.
Right.
And we're seeing this whole the whole river corridor and its expansion. We're seeing outside of East-West Wichita, all this expansion and things going on, and it's amazing what's happening in this city, even through COVID.
We're in a transformational moment right now. This is our choice as Wichitans. Do we want to take this rebirth into this new economy, this new world as we emerge from COVID? We have a new decade ahead of us.
Yep.
What do we want this decade to be?
Yep.
And to seriously not just ask this question based on our current feelings, but ask this question really based, I think, on our potential.
Yeah.
And we talk about downtown and what's next.
Yeah.
We in apartments and synergy happening down there is you got to piece these together. We have a medical school going in downtown where like these old buildings that really didn't have much going on.
Yeah.
We are actually going to not only put a medical school down there, but also that has attracted partnerships with nursing programs and different types of medical programs from Wichita State and Wichita State Tech going into that same building to synthesize that asset with these other programs so that people can use some of those labs.
Right.
So there are some towns where the entire economy is based around an educational institution. Like they're an economic motor.
Yeah.
And we're going to slap one of those right downtown.
Yeah.
So you think about that. You think about the students, the people coming in. 130 medical students a year coming in. I think KU's medical school is now moving downtown as well.
Yeah.
Like, so while they preserve a clinic where they are today, like, so there's a, I don't know if that's, I think it's in the talks right now.
Right.
But we get
we
have some really
happening.
unique stuff, happening that could really put Wichita on the map for multiple different reasons, and frankly, one of the problems we have here is when people leave.
Yep.
And so we can actually grow population this way. Like young people who and when I say young, I mean like 35 and under.
Yeah.
Like I'm not talking just people in their 20s. People who are about to start having kids, really get into their career, really lay down roots for the next few years as kids go through school. We seem to lose those folks to other cities because they feel like those other cities will provide more opportunity than Wichita
Right.
can. And by recognizing that and, you know, really, I guess, building upon what we do well already, we have an opportunity to reverse that.
Yeah.
And then hopefully an opportunity to start attracting folks from these other communities that, you know, will give Wichita